For nearly 20 years, Shinnyo-en Foundation has helped hundreds of community service agencies, educational institutions, and individuals create and sustain programs that have a positive impact on the world by providing financial support and resources to their causes. In addition, the Foundation has brought together hundreds of individuals from among grantees and interfaith groups to learn about its 6 Billion Paths to Peace initiative through workshops, temple gatherings, and other events. Recently, the Foundation felt it could further enhance its mission by continuing to support these more conventional grants and programs, while also strengthening its focus on nurturing youth members of the Shinnyo-en temples and supporting those temples and their broader communities. The Shinnyo-en New York Temple was one of the first to respond to the Foundation's offer to increase community outreach efforts with an evening called the 6 Billion Paths to Peace Family Service Night. With participation from various nonprofit groups, this hands-on family service night was hosted at Shinnyo-en's Manhattan Training Center in New York on January 29, 2013. For New York Temple members, it was a chance to put their Shinnyo-en teaching of compassion and service into practice. For both temple and community members, it provided a concrete way to serve the victims of Hurricane Sandy and the less fortunate in the greater New York areas.
The goal of today's event is to allow people to come together to not only to do hands-on service projects that really make a difference for people in need, but also to learn about volunteer opportunities in their community so they can continue to weave service into their everyday lives.
Participants set out to create 6 projects designed to help different groups in need. To lift the spirits of senior citizens, colorful placemats were handcrafted and soft fleece blankets were made to keep Meals on Wheels senior clients comfortable on cold evenings. Colorful greeting cards were created to cheer up children with life-threatening diseases. Custom bookmarks were made for the White Plains Public Library reading program. Toiletry gift bags were put together for parents with critically ill children staying at the Ronald McDonald House of Greater Hudson Valley. And in partnership with Coney Island Gospel Assembly, winter survival kits were created for victims of Hurricane Sandy. During that cold winter night, participants worked tirelessly as a cohesive team in a show of compassion and heart.
Well, my impression is that you have many people coming from very diverse backgrounds, all coming together for a single purpose. The single purpose is to help people who are less fortunate than they are.
The 6 Billion Paths to Peace Family Service Night in New York was one of the first events of its kind in which the Foundation worked closely with the temple to facilitate its community outreach programs, and it wasn't the last. Over the course of the year, the Foundation teamed with temples across the country to hold similar events in Lexington Montessori School in Boston, Shinnyo-en Chicago Temple, and Shinnyo-en Temple in Redwood City, California. Through these collaborations, the Foundation hopes to provide an opportunity for temple and community members to address the needs of their neighbors through small, hands-on acts of service that are simple and enjoyable for all. While these events were a great success, the Foundation also looked for ways to bring temple leaders and other faith leaders in their communities together. The goal was to create new relationships and give faith and religious leaders in each community a better understanding of Shinnyo-en and to share the Foundation's mission to promote a more harmonious and peaceful world. The 2013 annual lantern floating ceremony in Honolulu, Hawaii seemed like the perfect opportunity to achieve this goal. Each of the Shinnyo-en temple leaders were asked to invite faith leaders from their communities to experience this one-of-a-kind Shinnyo-en event firsthand and have the chance to build bonds with their host and other invitees. In the end, Catholic, Christian, Jewish, and Muslim faith leaders were invited by Shinnyo-en Foundation to attend the lantern floating.
We did see a video about the lantern floating ceremony from the previous years, so I kind of have a sense of what's happening, but to participate and to see it firsthand, I'm thinking is going to be a completely different experience.
I've always been fascinated by the whole thing, and so when I had the opportunity to come and was invited, I decided I had to do this.
In order to understand the spiritual power of the lantern floating, each guest was given a lantern to write messages to loved ones that have passed, a new experience for many of these spiritual leaders from different faiths.
I already had in my mind some people that I wanted to place on my lantern, but spending the time out here just alone, other names came to me, other memories, other people, so it's been really good.
There's so many emotions coming up, most of which I don't have words for.
It was, amazing, different experience, and you're sometimes getting emotional when you're riding. It was a big experience for me, first time in my life.
As rainbows appeared overhead and evening approached, the group was treated to the diverse cultural programs and spiritual consolatory ceremony that make lantern floating such a one-of-a-kind event. Once the sun started its descent, it was time to float their lanterns with the more than 40,000 people who were sending their own personal messages to friends, fathers, mothers, grandparents, sisters, brothers, and children who've passed. It was an emotional experience many of the visitors didn't expect.
It was very overwhelming. I don't think anything could have prepared me for this. Seeing all those lights floating out there and what each one of those lights represented is just amazing.
In Catholic tradition, we have something called a sacrament, which is somehow a very special moment that makes present the invisible love of God. And this seemed to me was just sort of like that, a sacrament.
It was sort of this odd combination for me of being completely alone with my memories and the people who I've invoked, and also being part of this amazing community of people who I don't know. And then this other small community of people who I've come to know, who are precious to me because I see them now in different ways than I did yesterday or the day before when we all got together in the beginning.
The amount of love that I see here, everybody was somehow trying to express his love to the ones who have passed. And this is something that we should work on, and we should let others know about it. How beautiful is it when you want to express your love?
For me personally, there was this moment as I released my candle that I felt the Spirit say to me, I know the intention of your heart. And that meant everything to me, to just know that everything I long to be and the ways I want to serve are acknowledged by the universe in this moment, in this place.
By the end of the evening, the guests came away with a better understanding of the Shinnyo-en faith and a newfound connection with Shinnyo-en members in their community. For the Foundation, it was a great way to share the message of 6 billion paths to peace with these faith leaders in a way that will be remembered and shared for many years to come. While the temples were an important focus of the new alignment in 2013, the foundation also wanted to bring Shinnyo-en Youth Association members and the foundation's grantee leaders together in new and exciting ways. Since 1999, the foundation has organized an annual retreat in Western West Marin County, California, in order to bring together its many partners, ranging from the foundation's grantees and their youth constituents, as well as temple members. It's a reflective, beautiful setting where everyone can learn about each other's organizations, share ideas, and be inspired, all in a gorgeous natural location.
And then 5 years later.
Urban education that can translate to something I really want to put all of myself in.
While the annual retreat has been a great way to bring youth leaders together with experienced service practitioners, the foundation was looking for even more opportunities to create synergy among the various groups. As it turned out, the National Youth Leadership Council's Service Learning Conference in Denver, Colorado, held in March of 2013, was an ideal place to bring together Shinnyo-en Youth Association members and experienced leaders from among the foundation's grantees. At the conference, thousands of youth and adults gather each year for learning, inspiration, and connection through a variety of workshops, exhibits, and keynotes designed to inspire participants to make a difference in their communities and the world at large.
Hello, everybody. Welcome for coming here.
Introduce yourselves. Say hello. Good morning.
The activity that we started today was to get people energized, to get them out of their comfort zone.
You're meeting the President of the United States. What are you going to say? 1, 2, 3.
For Shinnyo-en youth leaders, these workshops offered a way to learn from people with years of experience in the field of community service.
I loved the workshop where we drew the picture of the qualities of a leader that we look in, because I realized that I have a lot of qualities of a leader myself. Even though I don't think that way all the time, I feel like that workshop really brought out that leadership within me.
I'm Arlen, and I'm a Buddhist.
So the chain where we had linked arms was really interesting. I guess one person would say something about themselves personally, and if we had that one instance in common, we would go up and link arms with them.
My name is Laura. I live in Arizona, and I'm an ultimate frisbee player.
Frisbee! You would have never known by their appearances that, you know, they were interested in belly dancing or surfing or rock climbing or, you know, opera.
My favorite one was enriching the service through family involvement, because it was something that we could really apply to the Shinnyo-en teaching to the community.
Okay, so if everyone could please get up, grab a marker. If you need one, let us know.
The graffiti wall gave us a chance to reflect on our own and also participate with a group. We walked around the room and there were large pieces of paper where we would write, what does external pressure sound like? Or what does internal pressure feel like or look like?
And everyone wrote down how they felt in a very expressive way. And I thought that it was beautiful because I realized that people were having the same feelings that I was, but they were able to express it in such like different figurative ways. And I just felt so connected to everybody with that.
Awesome, she is.
Well, what's so interesting, people are...
After all the workshops, group discussions, and keynotes were finished, it was time to put community service into action with a volunteer stream cleanup in downtown Denver.
I signed up to participate in a stream cleanup, which I'm very excited about.
So, among the many things we're going to try and do today, we're going to look at some water quality issues.
For experienced service learning coordinators like Julie, it was a chance to be inspired by the young leaders of tomorrow.
people like Arlen give me hope that what we're learning here at the conference, we're all able to take it back. The young people are excited, they're enthusiastic, they already have wisdom, they will know what to do next.
So I think what it boils down to here is gratitude. The gratitude to be able to meet and closely work with leaders like Julie and the other YAs, and then the gratefulness for all of these people that are day in and day out just trying to make the world better, trying to bring world peace.
For the foundation, the event was a great success since it brought these two groups together in a way that will encourage growth and transformation in their personal and professional lives. In this way, the foundation will continue to balance its program activities and financial and collaborative support across all three focus areas, creating a positive ripple effect on those involved for many years to come.